Okay, see you. This has been kind of a dream of mine because I've been using this hashtag since the play started on Twitter, and it's nice to see that it's catching on, and hopefully with a larger audience, we'll have the entire nation saying, "Okay, see you."
Kim's Convenience. Oh my god, I suck at putting summaries together. Okay, I got this.
At its core, I think it's a comedy about a family.
I think it's the first Canadian sitcom about a Korean immigrant family.
It's part of our life that we haven't seen before.
It's just become such a key piece of Canadian culture in the decade that it's existed.
It is a hilarious show, but it is also so wholesome.
These are real stories, and they're incredibly detailed, they're incredibly true.
It's kind of amazing. I love it.
Why do I love Kim's Convenience? Well, you've watched it, right? What's not to love?
Kim's Convenience started as a play written by Ins Choi about a Korean family.
When Ins asked me to read the play for the first time, there was something about his writing that was just so honest.
Write what you know, so I wanted a Korean family on stage. All right, convenience stores.
Everyone was talking about it when it played at the Fringe. And then when we opened it at Soul Pepper, we brought it back several times, toured it around, obviously went to New York with it.
Got universal good reviews. It won a bunch of awards, Toronto Theatre Critics Awards.
And that's when we realized, okay, this has got not just legs, this has got turbine power, it's going somewhere. We didn't know where.
One, it had a great story that was diverse. It was funny, it was charming, it was heartfelt.
It was clear that people were hungry for the story. It struck a chord, and the second time that it played at the Fringe, there was lineups around the block. This filled a void that people were really, really yearning for.
Most importantly, it just showcased Jean and Paul, these fantastic actors who had been acting, for a good part of their lives and had not had roles like this.
Korean Canadian theater is what I've always been dreaming of and working towards. It was really thrilling and really satisfying, just the first read, because it was so funny.
It was an unprecedented success, and the play was adapted to a sitcom, debuting on CBC TV in 2016.
Rolling! Action!
It's a terrific extrapolation or reverse engineering of a sitcom out of a very dark play. When you can do that, when you can take a property or a piece of drama or an idea and find different hearts beating inside of it, that's fascinating.
It took me around the set, and I had such a moment walking into the house in 3D like that. I had to pinch myself.
Even as you walked on set and saw the outside of it, it felt like, are we actually on Queen Street? You could feel kind of like the dirtiness, the grittiness of being in downtown Toronto in a fun way, but there's also this camaraderie and hominess.
At the heart of the show is the Kim family, and finding the right actors to bring them to life was important.
Yeah, I get the pencil, and now I am Appa.
Every single one of the leads is cast for a reason that suits the character but also informs the performance.
The Kims consist of Appa, played by Paul Sung-hyung Lee.
He's hysterically funny. The best husband on screen or off I've ever had.
Oh, he's like the perfect appa. All Korean dads are like him.
Appa! Amma, played by Jin Yoon.
Jin Yoon, who's just the most amazing actress. She's definitely the mother of the set.
This Oma is my Oma.
Their daughter Janet, played by Andrea Bang.
I adored Andrea, who's playing Janet. She's just so cute.
She brings so much comedy and also is just so great at those emotional turns.
And their son Jung, played by Simu Liu.
Simu's a fine young actor, and he's charming, and he's stupidly good looking.
All of the supporting characters, too.
Andrew Fung, who's playing Kimchi, is just he's gobstoppingly funny.
He's a force of nature, unstoppable.
You know who we got? Comedy's Nicole Power.
She embodies Shannon Ross. She is an actor's actor.
She brings it every single day to set. You don't want to mess with the Kim's Convenience crew because we bring it.
The amount of East Asian talent that was on screen was just completely unprecedented, and there's so much talent that has come out of this show.
That's one thing that I don't know that I could have expected is just how recognizable they all are from this. I mean, it really has become, a pop culture sort of sensation.
Yesterday we hung out like underneath the King Street billboard, and we tried to get people to recognize us. Like people would pass by and Andrew would be like, "Oh, look at that guy up there," and like nobody stopped for us.
I couldn't remember the last time CBC got behind a show like this.
From the very beginning, it was a hit, and then seemed to gather this steam that it just seemed like it was inevitable that of course they're coming back next season.
It was very surprising. We'd get the numbers in, and I don't even know, someone had to like interpret the numbers. Oh, okay, we're doing really well, and then people say, no. You're doing really well.
Kim's has always been the little show that could. From the fringe, is it gonna translate to the main stage at Soul Pepper? Yes. Is it gonna translate to the rest of Canada? Yes. Is it gonna translate to a TV show? Yes. Is it going to be able to cross the border and reach a wider audience? And I think we've proven yes.
Becoming a huge success on CBC TV and reaching audiences all over the world, Kim's Convenience was a hit.
It was the first show in a long time that I felt really represented on TV. I'm watching Appa, I'm watching Janet, I'm watching Jung, and I found the humor and like the truth of the situations instead of like diving into those stereotypes for a quick laugh. The performances kind of dance that line between bringing you to tears and then making you laugh that next second.
They have challenges like any family does, whether it's communicating, whether it's understanding the generational gap.
You know, Appa and Uma, they have their old ways of thinking, and then you have Janet and Jung absorbing different ways of seeing life. That has been a huge part of my experience growing up as well.
And I'm like, this isn't like a fictional Toronto. This is how Toronto actually is. It is diverse. There are lots of representation everywhere.
It reflects who we are as Canadians and who I think we want to be as a society.
It's funny to talk about a sitcom that way, but that's really a tribute to how well it's done and how much they've achieved in 5 seasons.
Kim's Convenience had a significant impact on the Canadian media landscape, turning the dial on diversity and representation on screen.
It's really important to have representation. Validates your own experience. Reality is, movies, television, they're really big influences in society. So when you don't see yourself, that can be really invalidating.
There is a full story for every character. Nobody is there just to get jokes.
People are open to these stories, and especially where we are with programming that, you know, representation matters and, you know, telling diverse stories matter.
I love that the show embraces immigrants as Canadians as well, because that's really important. We're all Canadian and we're not just from another place.
I would like to believe that Kim's Convenience can be used going forward, and not just in Canada, but anywhere, as a test case for, look, people watch shows that aren't about them.
I think a lot of people all across Canada are easily able to say, that's my family too. Yeah, that's me and my mom. That's me and my dad.
That's pretty amazing to have a show and to have a family that really transcends cultures, but not all in the same way, in the way that is unique to each one of us.
As the creators move on to other projects, fans are heartbroken about the show coming to an end.
The one thing that ought to happen is that everybody involved with it gets new jobs, because they have shown what they can do. They have demonstrated range and skill and warmth and complexity.
The day that I found out, I felt like I was losing my best friends.
It lifts me up. It allows me to cry when I need to. It just nourishes the soul. Sorry.
It's bittersweet to see it end, but also what it's done, you know, the impact it's made, will continue to make on Canadian television. And the artists I know are just continuing to make an impact.
I think the impact of Kim's Convenience in not only just Canada, but really the whole world, is proving that people of color, minorities, can actually hold a story and pull the numbers. We can do it because it's long overdue.
With Kim's Convenience, I hope that a lot of people, and especially kids, will feel included. It's like, oh, that's my Canada. I'm part of that one. That looks like me.
Okay, see you.
It's a season 1 wrap. Thank you, everyone.
This has been too much. It's been great. I'm very thankful. Okay, see you.